What up? It's Friday, and it's your girl Nikita Jervy of Kita's Peace, where we promote peace in your head, heart, and home. And I am back with another effing Friday message. So today's word is forfeit. 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 Okay. Forfeit is defined as to lose or surrender property or a right or privilege as a penalty for wrongdoing or neglect. Okay. This word is commonly used in sports. In that aspect, forfeit is a method in which the game automatically ends and the forfeiting team loses. Okay, there are two distinct types of forfeiture. One is when a team is unable to meet the basic standards for playing the game, either before the game begins or as a result of actions that happen during the game. In such a case, the team that forfeits, that's not forfeiting, wins the match. So the opposite team wins the match. The other example, the second way, is a punitive forfeiture, in which a team has been found to have broken the rules of the sanctioning body during the game they already won and must have the results, basically their win, taken away. And whether or not the other team, the opponents, win is kind of depends on the rules. And I love this reference because it is very clear. It's black and white. You know what I'm saying? If a team does not meet the basic standards for the game, you automatically lose and the other team wins. Also, if it's found that you cheated or broke the rules during the game that you thought you won, you'll lose again, right? Similarly, there are basic standards that God expects from us in this game called life, right? And if we don't meet them, we can lose to the other team, aka the enemy and his imps. And similarly, if we cheat or pretend to follow the rules, like we pretend, yeah, I'm a Christian, but I don't do none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Or, yeah, I believe in God, but you know what I'm saying? Then we will lose again, okay? Prime example is, let's say that you are in a relationship with the opposite sex. And because I'm a chick, I'm going to say with the guy, right? You are ready to give him the world. Like, he is tall, dark, and handsome. And yes, honey. So, but he's not talking to you. He hasn't seen you in forever. He don't like love on you. He don't be like kissing, hugging, holding your hand, like none of that PDA, like none of it. And he barely claims you around his family and friends. Like, but he wants the benefit of you remaining loyal, you giving him gifts and stuff on demand and stuff like that, like stuff on demand. How many of us, like, seriously, would stick around? Yeah, neither would I. I don't care if you are the Prince of Zamunda. Okay? No, you have forfeited your right to call me your girl. You have forfeited the privileges that come with me being your significant other. Okay? If these are the basic standards for any relationship, like a, love relationship, how much more do you think that they are the standards for a relationship with God our Father? He asks us to talk to him, aka pray, right? He asks us to come see him, to go be in a corporate body, which is a church. He asks us to love on him, which is to worship. He asks us to claim him in the midst of others so that he can claim us when it comes time to be in them pearly gates, okay? Those are the things that he requires, the basic requirements that he asks of us. You know what I'm saying? Yet, when we don't, or when people don't do those basic things, they still expect him to show up when they need him. They still expect him to pour out blessings. But if you have not met the basic requirements, you have forfeited your rights to the blessing of God. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong, because I know people are like, no, don't get me wrong. Okay. There is nothing that can separate us from the love of God. However, if you've ever been in a relationship where you have loved a person, but they have forfeited their rights, you know that there is a difference. You can love a person from a distance. You can love a person, and that does not qualify them for the perks of, the whole relationship or everything that comes with being in a committed relationship with you, right? So that's how it works. God will never stop loving us. There's nothing that can separate us from his love. But when we don't meet those basic requirements, those basic standards, we do forfeit some of the blessings that come from being in a genuine relationship with him. Jeremiah 25:5 says, the prophets came on my behalf saying, turn again now everyone from his evil way and wrongdoing, that you may not forfeit the right to dwell in the land that the Lord gave to you and your fathers of old and forevermore. Basically saying, like, turn away from all that crap, like stop doing wrong so that you can inherit the land that I promised you, like the blessing that I promised you. If you don't, it's like a pimp decision. Okay, you can go this way, keep doing wrong, and forfeit the land, forfeit the blessing that I have already in store for you, or choose to do right and get the land, live in the land of milk and honey. Like, it's almost like a no-brainer. But it is what it is. And so here's another example. Let's say you are planning an event. So like, you're planning a wedding or something like that. You send out invitations to 50 people. And that invitation usually has like a RSVP date, right? You plan for 50 people. You plan in meals and you got seats prepared for 50 people. However, it is up to those 50 people to accept your invitation and your conditions, which is responding by the RSVP date, right? And if they don't, then they forfeit their seat at the table that you had assigned for them, correct? Right. So we have all been invited by Jesus Christ to sit at his right hand in the kingdom of God. This is found in Matthew 22:44, Psalms 23:5. But we have to accept his invitation and his basic conditions, or we forfeit our seat at the table. Let's not surrender or lose our rights as a child of God because we refuse to meet the basic standards. Matthew 16:26 says, for what shall a man be profited if he gain the whole world and forfeit his life? His life though. Or what shall a man give in exchange for his life? Like it doesn't, this is saying, what difference does it make? Like if you out here balling and you still in the end lose your life, like it is not worth it. It's just not worth it. And in the end, obviously we're talking about spirituality. In the end, in this natural realm, you could have everything, you could have everything, but in the end you end up in hell. Would it have been worth it? You know what I'm saying? Would that lavish life have been worth forfeiting, living in paradise for the rest of eternity? Like, nah, it's for real, So this week, family, I challenge you to be consistent in the basic standards of your relationship with God. Accept his invitation, talk to him, go see him, love on him, and claim him consistently. When you do that, you are guaranteed to win this game of life. I pray that this has blessed you. I am Nikita Jervy, the Peace Promoter. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. And until next week, see ya, bye.